Now, usually, we're used to seeing him with the dashiki and the afro, but there was a time before that. Let's okay. So I don't care about the name of this, this person tweeting their, just dumb and wokeness. But the point is, says Tennessee Representative Justin J. Pearson is a total fraud. Pearson in 2016 versus 2023. This is only 46 seconds, but Lord.
Justin J. Pearson, and I'm running for president of BSG. There are a few reasons that we're running this campaign this year. One has to do with representation. How can we represent all voices in a conversation? I wanted to do this by partnering with organizations from the Bowdoin Democrats to the Bowdoin Republicans. I want to bring together different voices, dissenting voices, voices that may be more liberal or more conservative, in order that we can reach a point of sort of the radical middle.
Seemed like the NRA and gun lobbyists might win. But that was good news for us. I don't know how long this Saturday in the state of Tennessee might last. But we have good news, folks. We've got good news that Sunday always comes.
Justin J. Pearson.
So, first of all, how did his voice change? Okay, when did he start to sound like a Baptist preacher?
I don't know, Sammy. But what I do know is that somehow, some way, it just changed over the last 7 years. Sorry.
There's no way this, when I saw this video, I said, there's no way this is the same person. No way. Nick said he's crying. There's no way, JB. There's no way. Now, this is not to say people can't change. Mm-hmm. People can change. But how do you go from that to sounding like Martin Luther King Jr. that quickly? It's how did his voice change? How did your voice just change?
I may not make it to the mountaintop, but I know you'll get there. Let freedom ring in the hills of Georgia. The NRA. Let me start wiping the sweat from my brow.
Did people even hear what he said, though? He was wanting to bring together liberals and conservatives. He wanted to meet in the middle. And the reason why we're trying to show you this is right now you've seen him on all these different shows. Democracy Now! Has had them on. They've been on CNN. And they're describing him as like this Black radical thought, like leader, etc. And when in reality, he's not really that radical. You see what I'm saying, JB?
Look, I hear exactly what you're saying, Sabby, and I'm gonna say this right here, right now. A dashiki and an afro does not make you revolutionary. Your actions do. Stop it. Stop it. Your actions are what make you revolutionary. I don't care if you got the asymmetrical box haircut. I don't care if you're wearing door knocker earrings. And I don't care if you're wearing a muumuu. If your actions are revolutionary, then you're a revolutionary. Just because you wear a dashiki and an afro does not make you revolutionary. So if you're sitting there and you're going to talk about gun control and going to talk about gun violence, let's start talking about what about the police, gun control, and gun violence that they perpetuate every single day. Let's start talking about them. Because the thing is that you can sit there and talk about gun violence all day long. Yes. But remember, gun violence is a symptom of the system. We keep trying to fix the system by tailoring it to the symptoms. The thing is that if my nose is runny isn't the problem. It's the virus inside me that's the problem. So that's the problem. People don't want to talk about it. And I get that people want to talk about gun reform, which is a valid conversation to have. But the thing is, if you're going to talk about gun reform, you need to talk about what the police are doing with theirs too. Because we got to talk about it.
Look, okay, so this video here at the beginning, people are saying he was 21 then. And people are saying he's 28 now. I get people do change. But I don't know about you, JB, but my voice didn't change from when I was 21 to when I was 28. Like, this is a completely different voice. And it makes you think that this is an act that he is putting on a show. Either he's putting on a show now with this voice that he has now, or he was putting on a show back then. Either way, it's a show. It just, like, how do you go from, play it again, JB, play it again. Some people just joined. This is too funny.
Roll that beautiful beam footage, JB. All right.
Justin J. Pearson, and I'm running for president of PSG. There are a few reasons that we're running this campaign this year. One has to do with representation. How can we represent all voices in a conversation? I wanted to do this by partnering with organizations from the Bowdoin Democrats to the Bowdoin Republicans. I want to bring together different voices, dissenting voices, voices that may be more liberal or more conservative, in order that we can reach a point of sort of the radical middle.
It seemed like the NRA and gun lobbyists might win. But oh, that was good news for us. I don't know how long this Saturday in the state of Tennessee might last. But oh, we have good news, folks. We've got good news that Sunday always comes.
Justin J. Pearson, and I'm running for president of PSG.
That is such an act, JB. Like, people cannot tell me that is not an act.
Like I said, Eric said it correctly. Hold up. Let me get it to it. The radical middle. Money. My thing is like, look, you're in a party that is ineffectual anyway. Both parties are ineffectual. So my thing is like, okay, you really want to fight the system? All right, get outside both parties. Leave the Democratic Party because they're ineffectual.
Can I just show this really quickly? I just want people to say, I'm sorry. Like, this just seems like an act to me. I can't. Like, I don't know. I wish I didn't see that video. I saw that video on Twitter and I was like, what the heck?
Yeah.
So let me play this one. This is from The Guardian. I'm going to share my screen because people really need to see. I can't, man. Is he a plant? Is that what this is, JB?
Oh, Lord.
Let's see. Listen to this.
And know that you all have support from this body. All right, Representative Pearson, you have 3 minutes.
A message for all the people in Nashville who decided to expel us. You can't expel hope. You can't expel our voice. And you sure can't expel our fight. We look forward to continuing to fight. Continuing to advocate. Justice rolls down like water.
Like, when did he become MLK?
Look, this to me is less MLK and more James Clyburn. I'm sorry. I see a young James Clyburn right there. I'm sorry. I'm not going to apologize for it, because the thing is like just like people who were back then had sold out today. Yes, James Clyburn may have been part of the civil rights movement, but guess what? He sold out. People look, hell, some of the ones that people want to give all this praise to, they were great back then, but what are you doing now? And the thing is that he's seeing, I don't know, it doesn't seem that genuine to me. And the thing is, like, you can talk about, wanting to stay within the government and change things, which is great. But at the same time, if you're sticking with a party that really doesn't want to change things, like, for instance, how much has the Democratic Party given money to the police?
Mm-hmm.
When is he going to actually talk about wanting to defund the police on the road to abolition?
Mm-hmm.
That's my question. See, I'm not going to go the right-wing route. I'm going the left route. I'm going the route where it's like, okay, brother, you're making all this humbug about this. Okay, so what are you going to do about police violence? What are you going to do about police shooting us in the backs in the streets, right? What are you going to do about actually making sure that our what we're dealing with in the community as far as poverty and the source of crime, what are you doing in order to change that? Are you going to speak out against Joe Biden?
No.
Are you going to speak out against Kamala Harris? Are you going to call for cutting the military budget at least 90%? Has this guy ever talked anything about reparations?
Well, JB, people think that they're really radical when they're, speaking out against the GOP, but that's what a Democrat politician is going to do anyway. They're going to speak out against the GOP, right? Remember, AOC we fell for this. AOC did the same thing. Rashida Tlaib did the same. They all did it when Trump was in office. And the moment that Joe Biden won, they became very tame. They started to hold back their criticism towards the Democratic Party, towards Joe Biden. So this is the thing. I don't want people to see this and become confused, because a lot of people have interviewed these guys. And this is not to say that what happened to them was right. It was not right what happened to them. But I don't want you to see these guys and just assume that these are like these black radical revolutionary leaders. They're not. They're not. They seem that way, but you have to consider the fact that they're pushing back against the GOP. Had it been the other way around and it was the Democratic Party, they would not be doing this.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. Bryce points it out. Oh no, not Arsenio Hall fist pumps. That was another thing that stood out to me. Like, really?
Like, come on, man. Come on.
It's just, and I hear people saying this. People are like, they're so radical. Woo, power to the people. And I'm like, dude, they're speaking out against the GOP. That's what Democrats are going to do anyway. That's not radical. That's not radical. We must not get confused here. Okay. And now he's talking like Martin Luther King Jr. That's not his voice. You just heard his voice a couple minutes ago.
Yeah. This is the equivalent of Peter Quill imitating Thor in Avengers Infinity War. You're imitating the God-Man. No, you're not. You will not be taking our pod today, sir. Like, that's the same thing, man. Like, be real. Like, be yourself. You know what I'm saying? And if you're actually going to be radical, then actually do it with your actions, not just with your words. You know what I'm saying? Because guess what? The Democratic Party did the same thing that you're doing. The only difference is a lot of them were white and a lot of them kneeled in kente cloth. Are you going to be doing the same thing? Do not cosplay being black while you're being black. Like, come on, man. If you're actually going to do it, then do it. Don't.
It's the voice. It's the voice change for me. For me, it's not even the afro, people's hairstyle change. It's the voice change. Like, all of a sudden you sound like a Baptist preacher. Where did this come from? You don't talk like that. So we all see this. So JB and I, we wanted to show this to you today so you can see who they really are.
Yeah.
And some people are not going to like hearing this. They're like, oh, they're criticizing Democrats, da, 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 da. No, this is an obvious actor. And people need to call it out.
Mm-hmm. And, something that needs to be said is that, look, we're going into a major election year.
Mm-hmm.
What does have happened last year?
It's a good point. I'll let the video finish. It's almost done.
Okay.
Yeah! Let's get back to work! Yeah!
I can't. I can't. That's ridiculous.
Like, bruh.
It's theater, and I feel like a lot of people bought into it. Honestly, had I not seen that video today, And I don't know who started to send that video around, but when I saw that video was making its way, I was like, okay.
Yeah. Like, dude.
How you just change your voice?
I don't know.